Renee, I'm back. And today I'm gonna show you a kind of interesting video, I would say. First, I thought this would be a small pile, but then it turned out to be bigger. But yeah, in some book tags, you're asked, what's a book that made you, what's a book that made you? What's a book that you read because of Booktube? And honestly, I often had difficulty answering this because I feel like some people they like only focus one place. Like I saw someone said recently in an interview that she only got book tips from TikTok. Me, I'm on Booktube, I'm on Instagram or Bookstagram. I like to go on Waterstones and Barnes and Noble and like see what's coming up, like what's selling and what's the new releases. So I go lots of different places. I talk to people who also like to read and ask what they read. I go to the library and just browse. I go to bookstores and just browse. Used bookstores and just browse. So like I get my book tips from a lot of places. So to say like that book I read just because of Booktube, I feel like often things that I read are often because of different stuff. But there are some things that are because of one specific stuff. But then I started thinking about it and then I thought, you know what? I picked that book because of that Booktube video. Picked up that book because of that Booktube video. So there are some books I have read because of Booktube. So yeah, that's the ones I'm going to show you today. And I'm gonna do a longer video where I talk about all the books. Can't do all the books, that will be forever. I'm gonna do a bigger video of this where I talk about books I found through Instagram, books I found through just walking around the libraries, books I found in bookstores. Yeah, just like generally where I find my books in a way to kind of inspire, I suppose, in a way, or just tell you where I find my book tips, my TBRs. So yeah, first this video it's just gonna be the Booktube books, but yeah, as I said, it ended up being a bigger pile than I thought first. So first we have Spoiler Alert by Olivia Dade. This was all around Booktube when it came out a few years ago. It's a fat girl romance, or the one of the people in the romance is fat, the other one is not. It's a story between an actor and a fan fiction writer, and it's kind of like a You Got Mail in a way vibe to it. Just honestly, to me, better because I don't like You Got Mail that much. I know, but yeah, I loved this book. Still love it, really. And then we have A Love is for Losers by Vibeke Bruggemann. I found this through one video. It was Epic Reads. They did like they asked different authors what's a book that you recommend that's very funny. I don't remember who, but someone said this book, and I thought, that's a cool title, and picked it up. And yeah, it is very funny. Highly recommend it. And I feel like it's still a kind of book that people sleep on. I feel like it's not really that well or that well read. So pick up this book. It's amazing. Then we have a bit of a throwback. Well, some of these are throwbacks, but yeah, this one's a bit of a throwback. It is Passenger by Alexander Bracken. This came out in 2010, I want to say. I'm just going to double check. Because I'm curious. No, sorry, I'm mistaken. This came out in 2016. I thought it was older. Anyway, yeah, it's 2016 is a while still. And yeah, like it was all over Booktube when it came out. Everyone read it, and I picked it up myself, and I love it. It's a great book, and yeah. Then we have The Future of Another Timeline by Annabelle Newitz. This I picked up just like 2-3 years ago. I feel like it didn't also come up that long ago either, or might be wrong. 2019. So yeah, not that long ago. I mean, Corona pandemic feels like one long year. So it kind of feels like 2019 was like 2 years ago. At least I feel. But yeah, this one, I suppose some of these books I've heard from lots of different people on Booktube. Some people, and some of the books I've heard from one place on Booktube. This I heard from. I'm like, yeah, give me a moment. I'm gonna check out the channel name because that annoys me. Give me a little moment. It is someone. It's not them. No. This is annoying. Give me a little moment. Yes. So it's Jesse on you. Sorry. Jesse on YouTube. There used to be someone else. I don't remember what their older name was. But yeah, they used to have another Booktube name, but now they have Jesse on YouTube. They're a queer person, used they and them. And they talked about this book. It is a science fiction book about time traveling and feminism and kind of saving human rights. And it's quite a raw book, but it's still a book I am happy that I read. But just kind of to be aware it has rape and such stuff in it. But it's a good read. Then we have Starry Nights by Disney Whitney. I found this through one video on Booktube. I found this in like I feel like 2014 maybe, because I've been watching Booktube for far longer than I've been doing it. I don't remember the exact channel that talked about this book. They had blonde hair. Yeah, that could be a lot of people, I know. But yeah, they talked about how they read another book by Daisy Whitney, which is kind of more famous, which I feel like the other book was like about someone being raped and the aftermath and whatnot. But they say that this book is kind of slept on, and I kind of feel like it's still slept on. I talk about it often. I don't feel like other people do, but it's a great book set in Paris. It's kind of think not as a museum, but YA and art, and that's kind of what this book is. Well, yeah. Anyway, it's kind of what it is in like an elevator pitch, and yeah, love this book. And then we have Finicking of the Rock by Melina Macheta. This is a YA high fantasy book. It came out, I believe it's old, but maybe it's not that old. It came out 2008. So yeah, quite a while now. This, I believe, Peruse from Peruse Project talked about. Might be mixing up. I believe she talked about this book. I feel like I saw this through Booktube, but I don't quite remember who said it. But I feel like it might be Peruse from Peruse Project. And if it's not you, I feel like you could read this and enjoy it. Because yeah, I'm gonna tag everyone that I talk about here, of course. That I remember the person people from the account from. Then we have Girl of Fire and Thorns by Ray Carson. On this I do remember that Paris from Paris Project talked about doing one of her underrated videos. And I love me an underrated books. I mean, this has like it has a spin-off and whatnot and novellas, so it's not like no one's read it, but I feel like it's still kind of a book that's not very much out there, but it is a very good high fantasy book, high fantasy YA. It's high fantasy, but it's kind of very much inspired of Latin America, so you kind of get those vibes there. And yeah, it's just totally different world than a lot of other books and a lot of different style. And like I feel like every book could in a way be like a standalone because so much happens in every book, but you still kind of want to read the whole series because it's just an amazing world. And yeah, I love this series. Maybe I should do a reread, and I'll do that. Yeah. Anyway, check out this book. Sorry. And then we have a recent read, recent buy also, Half a Soul by Olivia Atwater. Here, I don't quite remember who talked about this book. I feel like it kind of went a bit around Booktube. I feel like people bought it, used it in hauls, and they talked about it in upcoming books and whatnot. I can't remember a specific user, but I feel like, yeah, it was around. And I bought it last year, read it, and love it. So, yeah, the hype is real. And then we have A Rogue of One's Own by Evie Dunmore. Now, again, I can't remember where I saw this, but I feel like someone talked about this one on Booktube. Don't remember. But yeah, it's been talked about. Well, at least not this one, but at least like this series. Some people I know have read this and feel like it kind of is overrated. I kind of enjoy it. I mean, it is a romance series. I feel like not every book is amazing because I mean the romance depends on the characters and whatnot. But I still kind of like this series overall, as in suffragists, but like with love stories. I feel like that's just quite a fun way to tell a love story or love story series. So yeah, if you like historical romance, this is a book I would say, or series I would say you should pick up. Then we have one, sorry, a book that's kind of rare on this list in this target in this category. It is a book I read because of Booktube that I did not enjoy. I am not on the hype train for this one. It is, yeah, people might unsubscribe from me from now. Please just do if you that petty. But it is Gideon the Ninth, Handsome Muir. So I feel like this was all over Booktube when it came out. And I feel like every time this series gets a new edition, people are like, oh, the next book is coming. And I haven't read it. Well, I didn't read it until recently. I bought it like last year, I believe. 2 years ago. Last year, maybe a while ago. Anyway. And then I thought, you know what? I want to read this book. I actually read it in collaboration in regarding a vlog that it's coming soon. But yeah, spoiler alert, I didn't love this book, and I'm just gonna leave it there. Then we have Curves for Days by Laura Moore. I read this in June for Tar, the Amazing Readathon. I was recommended it by Heather over at HGA, and yeah, I love this book. Highly recommend it. It's an adult romance slash slice of life story, and yeah, it's just an amazing book. Then we have The Love Con by Celestia Glass. This has actually been kind of recommended as like some people say like this is. Give me a little moment. That these two are similar, but some people say that this is better than this one. Again, it was specific booktuber who said this was better. Was it Beautiful Bethany? Maybe it was her. It was one of the romance booktubers. Or was it Isabel for Happy for Now? It was one of you guys. But yeah, I very much enjoy this one as well. This is friends to lovers and fake relationship, and also some nerdiness in it, and yeah, and also yeah, I just love this book as well. And then we have Cemetery Boys by Aidan Thomas. I saw this in 2020 when the whole thing went down. Lots of people didn't really get their promotion because of they were supposed to go on book tours and whatnot, and then some people decided to do like some interviews and stuff on Booktube on like YouTube. And Aidan Thomas was on a YA debut offer video, and I saw him and I thought this looks cool. So yeah, I saw their interview and I thought cool, very cool. It's been on my TBR for a while. I mean, even like cool books just kind of tend to hang on your TBR for sometimes, at least for me, as a good reader. Read it this year and absolutely love it. And last but not least, we have Role Playing by Kathy Yarley. Again, read this for the Amazing Readathon. This has been recommended to me by several people. But I would say Heather over at Booktube, Happy for now, no, over at AGA. And I would say also, I think Margaret says she read this, but I think maybe she read it this year. Well, she did like it as well. But yeah, she read it before, so please talk about it anyway. So yeah, gonna link her also. But of course, if you have not checked out Margaret over the Word Nerd, what are you doing with your life? What are you doing with your life? I don't know what you're doing with your life. It's weird. It's weird. You're not into her videos. That is weird. But yeah, that is. Yeah, I'm not gonna hold all the books. That's too many books. But yeah, that's the books that Booktube peer pressured or made me read, and most of them were happy experiences with them. And yeah, if you want to talk to me about a book that Booktube make you read, please do in the comments, or not, just put a book emoji, and I'll see you soon. Bye.